I'm sleepy as hell. Let me make sure I'm hold on, your internet connection is unstable. All right. Let me know by show of hands if you guys can hear me real quick. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me because I'm not looking in Zoom right now. Can you hear me? Calvin Williamson, what's good, man? Brandon Cook, what's good? What's good? Can y'all hear me? Let me know. Okay, there we go. Now you guys can hear me. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool, 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 cool. Just making sure. Just making sure before I started. I didn't want to get an hour in and then you know, find that shit out. I'd been mad. All right, let me get busy. Listen, man, it's crazy, man. It's good to be back. Again. My computer is giving me some trouble, but I'm cool. It hasn't really showed up. Like when I'm looking online, it looks fuzzy, usually. But once I go and upload it, it actually looks right. So I guess it's cool. But it was pissing me off. It was kind of making me not want to do my work. But now it's time to enjoy some film, like you said, Joseph Sandberg. What's good, man? Um, like I said, I appreciate all y'all. But when I was here's the interesting thing, man. Um, when I was doing my film work for Cee Dee Lamb, I kept noticing, this game in particular, I kept noticing this guy. I wasn't really paying it any mind, but I kept noticing this kid, man. And I was like, yo, who the hell is this dude that's just shutting Cee Dee Lamb down? Um, oh, it wasn't him himself, but he was disrupting this game so much that it made me have to pay attention to him. And then come to find out the motherfucker is on our team, man. And I said, oh, this is who Law was talking about. I haven't watched anything. Again, I'm coming off of like a lot of and it's no excuses. I just haven't watched anything. I haven't watched anything. There's a lot of personal reasons for it, but I didn't know about all of our undrafted rookies, which is a good thing because I'm looking at everything with fresh eyes and fresh enthusiasm. So there's nothing that I won't touch, which is why we did this video in the first place. But check this out, man. Minus one play. We're going to look at a bunch of different coverages that Kansas employed to slow down or really give Cee Dee Lamb, I think, his worst game of his college career. And because minus this play right here, which was an end around, flat, quick hitch route, right? Whatever you want to call it, swing route. Minus that one tackle, if that guy makes that tackle, Cee Dee Lamb finished this game with -5 yards, no touchdowns. He finished this game with a net total of 5 yards. So he had 25 yards on two catches and a touchdown, and one, tackle for loss for a -20 yards. So he finished this game with a net of 5 yards. And I was like, well, who the hell did that to Cee Dee Lamb? So that's what we're going to figure out when we watch this, right? I'm going to keep going back and forth because when I'm in this mode, I can't see your comments. So I'll jump back and forth sometimes and jump in the comments with you guys. But just keep in mind that's what we watching and that's what's going on. Make sure y'all hitting the like button while we on here because the haters gonna hit the non-like button. I got people who will sit here and watch me for an hour and hit non-like. I don't know. They say if you ain't doing shit though, you don't got no haters. All right, let's dig in though. On this first play, and I'm pointing out, and just so you guys know, I'm not going to make it a mystery like we watching, NFL Network and none of that. The guy I'm talking about, and the guy that stood out to me, and who will definitely stand off this film for you, is Azur Kamara. Azur Kamara from Kansas. He went to junior college for 2 years, which cut his eligibility time down, his playing time. But he played for Kansas only. He started for one season, and that was last season. He had 3.5 sacks, so he wasn't quite an edge rusher, but he also played linebacker, so he wasn't quite a linebacker either. So because Kansas needed him to do so much, it kind of hurt his draft stock to a point where he didn't even get drafted due to the fact that he only got 1 year of active play time. But this kid is ridiculous. Like, I love him. I love him. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, you'll see where he's lined up here. They use him kind of like a safety here, or a nickel corner. He's good in space, no problems in space, doesn't have any issues. You see Cee Dee Lamb at the bottom of the screen. I don't believe this is a passing play though, but yeah, he strikes with aggression. This is not a video about Kamara, but you will be seeing a good dose of him, because this game, I couldn't take my eyes off him on the screen, because in this game he kind of took over the game. But anyway, even though they lost tremendously, ridiculously, Cee Dee Lamb didn't do his thing though. But anyway, he was playing outside linebacker here. You can see how they're looking to slow Lamb down. They either run something underneath him, buzz coverage underneath him, with someone over the top, or they have at times he'll run through zones where they do man zone looks on him all day, and he'll be running through different windows while having a man trailing him too. So a lot of the coverages that Tia used to get, a lot of their just exotic coverages, you'll see a lot of that in this game. I'm not sure who their coordinator is over at Kansas, but he has an NFL level IQ for sure, because he threw so many different looks at Lamb. I don't think Lamb knew what to do with him. Kamara's in man coverage on the running back in this particular play. Lamb is at the bottom of the screen, as I said. As you can see, Kamara's buzzing underneath that, but again, he's a defensive end / linebacker. But he's underneath that. They test 11 there, I think that corner is. They test him deep there, miss it. They took a couple of opportunities to go after that corner, but they really couldn't. Jalen couldn't really get in his rhythm this game, and it's because of this guy. So I have to talk about him. I didn't mean to put him first. It's not like I would say he's my favorite draft pick over Reggie Robinson. Now you guys know I like Reggie Robinson. For some out so many times because I fucked it up the first time. It wasn't because I'm like some super Reggie Robinson fanboy. But anyway, all right. I just woke up too, so excuse my groggy voice. I just felt like jumping on live when I woke up, so I did it. All right, so you can see this is the coverage this is one coverage that they're running on them. This is one of those man zone. This is really this is just cover two man really with a linebacker freed up, but the focus is still on Cee Dee Lamb. Cee Dee Lamb is in the slot. He has a corner on him, and then he's gonna run like a post pattern across the middle of the field. But he's running. You can see as he engages or as he converges on certain pockets, everyone is paying attention to him. So this game, he was mainly a decoy in this game due to that fact. Everyone was paying so much attention to Lamb that it opened up other guys and it opened up running lanes for Jalen Hurts and so on. But you can see right there the traffic jam that he has to deal with in this game or whatever. They were really on him. And that's because the reason they're able to allot so many defensive backs in coverage is because Kamara can literally, he's a sideline to sideline guy, and he can literally cover the entire short field by himself, for real. Whether he's playing defensive end, linebacker, nickel, doesn't matter. He can get sideline to sideline without a problem. He's not good at changing direction, but he runs a 4.5, and this kid can just fly. He's 6'3", 245, runs a 4.5. But I watched what he was how he affected this game and how they were able to shut down Cee Dee Lamb due to the fact that Kamara he's a rangy guy, and he moves all over too. They use Kamara the same way the offense uses Lamb. They move him around, and they make it very difficult to kind of pinpoint where he's going to be and what he's doing. You don't know what he's doing on any given play because he's always somewhere else, and he's always doing something else. You don't know what he's doing, and I like that about him. On this dig route in particular, this is all Kamara. Kamara is trying to get Jalen off of his mark, and Lamb, because Lamb's one-on-one, that's open, but Jalen doesn't have the time to throw this ball because Kamara's chasing him off of his mark. Right here. This is his only move. He doesn't. His knock is he doesn't have a lot of pass rush moves, or at least he doesn't show them because he's very strong. So he'll choose to bull through his guy, bull through blockers like that. every time. He'll always elect to do that. Here's the route pattern that was being run, as you can see. While Kamara is crashing down on Jalen, Lamb is breaking open, but it's a little too late there. So this is what's happening this entire game. It's like you'll see, as more film plays out, you'll see that Kamara, his movement and the things they did with him allowed the rest of this defense to really focus on Lamb, which was still their detriment because they still ended up losing regardless of that fact. As you can see here at the top of the screen, you'll pay attention to the fact that Kamara is rerouting this tight end here, and he reroutes tight ends, and then he'll jump on the flat, or he'll reroute, jump into man. But he's very good at rerouting, and once he gets his hands on the guy, they're it's sort of like Reggie Robinson. They're not really as effective in that play. I haven't seen a quarterback really go at him. Maybe but one Texas went after him in the air, but most teams don't even test him. Not against running backs or tight ends anyway, should I say. But you can see Lamb at the bottom of the screen. He's pushing upfield. The reason he's pushing upfield is because there's something developing in this jet stream. I guess there's a route developing underneath him. So as I said, he was used more like a decoy because he knew the type of coverages he was getting. Like, look at this coverage here. Even though we've seen double teams before, but as you can see, when he released, he had to go through the linebacker and the nickel corner first. So that took anything short or any short options that he could have ran from there was already being watched and paid attention to. Inside out, he was bracket coverage here, and then as he pushes upfield, you have one D back, you have a safety that's over the top on his upfield shoulder, and then you have a corner that's planned for the fade or the back shoulder. So this corner's watching back shoulder, this safety's playing upfield, and I was like, wow, like the way they focused and the way they covered Lamb. I know he was frustrated this game, but it's just like I'm interested to see things like this. Just I don't know why. I just am. That's just the way I am. But yeah, I'm interested to see how defenses stop guys. I'm a defensive minded guy. All right, there's Lamb. There's Kamara at the top of the screen once again. I just wanted to show you guys, I guess, an example. I think this is an example of Kamara covering out of that. Yeah, he's going to cover out of this. This is just crazy ability to me. He's going to press the tight end. Watch him press the tight end inside right here. And then he's going to meet the running back or I think that's another tight end maybe on the perimeter. No, it's actually running back. He's going to meet him on the perimeter, and then he's on his hip all the way up the field. All the way up the field. Lamb is freed up here, but they're not even gonna test it. They're gonna go underneath. And but you can see that Kamara pretty much controls his space. Like that side of the field was his, period. And the only success that Oklahoma had this game was when they went away from him. Running at Kamara, going after Kamara, it wasn't working. It wasn't working. Look at all the holdiness on this play, though, man. This is crazy. Yeah. I got other film for Lamb and Kamara, too. This game in particular, I put out because this was two of our guys head-to-head. You got our undrafted free agent rookie and Kamara, Azur Kamara, or Azur. I think that's how you say his name. Kamara. There's so much holding on this play, I had to point it out. But Azur Kamara versus Cee Dee Lamb. So for those of you who are just jumping in, the reason I jumped into this game is because we're getting a good look at two of our young up-and-coming rookies. And one of them, I don't understand how he didn't get drafted. Kamara, I don't know how he's not drafted, but I'm glad he's not drafted because he wouldn't be here. You can see this is a legal man downfield, but you can tell the focus is, again, on stopping or getting a body on Kamara. You can see he's in nickel now. The range that he has, he takes up so much space or he can cover so much ground that you can spread your defense out away from him because he can cover that much space. Those arrows are not exaggerations. He can move. So here, the guard is going to sneak out, but he's going to sneak out early. And you can see that Jalen's only waiting for that guard to get upfield, get his body on 5. Once he does, Jalen takes off. Boom. See that? But that was a legal man downfield and a little holding. But, it really doesn't matter. That's what happened to him every play. Every play. Every play. Yeah. And this is what Oklahoma was doing. They would they would run away from him, or they would basically try to isolate Kamara in order to whoop Kansas's ass. So it just lets me know that without that element, I don't think they can. I don't think if there was another playmaker on this team, I don't think they would have had success here because Kamara was giving them enough fits by himself. This is him versus the run. He kept standing out. This is just this is how the film looks. I cut up some of the videos, yeah, but imagine watching film and every play you watch, there's number five, to a point where I said, well, who is number 5? And then I found out he was one of our guys. That was craziness. Right here. Let's check this out. Now you see here, Jalen wanted to go short here. This was his hot route. Like if Kamara, this was playing off of Kamara. So if Kamara would have blitzed on this play, he would have gone hot to the slant here. Because Kamara dropped back in coverage, he knows to stare. He stared down Kamara, which holds the safety here. You'll see that. He's going to stare down Kamara there. Boom. Right? That's holding Kamara. Doesn't really matter because he knows he's not going there because he sees that Kamara didn't blitz, which gave him time. Right? So now that held the safety. And now he goes to that wheel route on the opposite side of the field. The only route that the only reason Lamb ran this route, it was again a decoy route. It was designed to pull the safety and hold the safety in the middle of the field to open up that wheel route, which it did. But Lamb was open, but he was more of a decoy on this particular play. Lamb is a deep field guy. Like he can make plays upfield. He's a deep ball guy, but he's not a burner. So I'm not saying that he couldn't get over the top or couldn't blow the top off his team, but I don't think they were asking him to because of the way Kansas plays. Yeah, you'll see there. Now here, Kamara was blitzing, right? He was blitzing. He sees that nobody bothered to block him. He sees that, he feels it, right? And this safety here, they're playing they're reading the safety. So if the safety drives on this seam route, then they were going to go with, obviously they were going to hit Lamb if that were the case. But because the safety floats over the top of Lamb, the seam route's open. So everything that they were doing was either playing off of Kamara or playing off of this safety here, or either safety. It doesn't matter which safety. But they were paying attention to how the safety's drops were, what his first step was, or even holding them in place so that they can, try to open up things for Lamb. But it was nothing they can do. They were on their assignment when it came to Lamb. They weren't giving them anything. So as that safety drifts over, you see that, boom, he opens up that seam route. Let's look at that again. So that safety's focused on Lamb, and Jalen's is going to slide his feet. Kamara catches that, and he goes right back up the seam. But even when he misses a play, I want you guys to pay attention to his ability to just stay with it. His acceleration, his speed is ridiculous, and his hustle is like no other. He's like Tank, DeMarcus Lawrence. He will keep coming. That's another hold right there. These are actually hold calls that were called against him. So in this game, he accounted for like a negative 45 yards against Oklahoma's offense. 45 yards of negative plays. Here's a negative play here. I think he's gonna get a sack here. You'll see the ball's on the 17. Watch this. Now he blitzes from that nickel corner position. Turns the corner. He uses that same little rip move he always uses, and he gets himself a sack, right? So that's the same series, right? Watch this. Same series. And I know I haven't talked about Lamb, and this is a Lamb video, because Lamb wasn't doing anything in this video. But here's Lamb. They're trying to put him in they're trying to run a reverse with Lamb, a double reverse. He sees the quarterback and the running back here, Kamara does, but he sees the angle that Lamb is on. You see that? So once he sees that ball is going down, going left, he breaks off and he breaks left. But this is how fast he is. Even though he doesn't have the angle there, he just switches direction, boom, and he accelerates right into Lamb. He runs just as fast as Lamb. He's a 4.5 guy too, or 4.4. They say 4.4, but he's a 4.4, 4.5 guy, but he's 6'3", 245 running that. So his agility isn't as good, obviously. But now the ball's on the 49. This is the same drive. Now I do give, he's stumping like a big dog over there, man. But I do give Lamb his credit because he does get a TD on the same drive. They got a call that got them back in the red zone, and this is Lamb's only positive play of the entire game. And you see they're running it to the opposite side of the field of Kamara. But had that tackle, had that number 11 made that tackle, Lamb finishes this game with -5 yards because of the way this defense used him or played him, and the way the offense used him as far as like jet streaming him and decoying him out, like right here. You can see, but you can see this side of the field, the right side of the field, is all Kamara. Everything else is shifted left because he can hold down his side of the field and still chase the play down on the opposite side, just like you see him doing right there. But he's in on almost every play. If he's in the game, and a lot of the touchdowns that Oklahoma scored against Kansas was when he was gassing off the field. When he's in the game, he controls the game. It's crazy. Yeah, well, when he's in there, he controls it. You can see that's his only move, though. He's just going to bull rush you. Now, I think Lamb is running a comeback route on this particular play, but they have guys buzzing underneath these routes, and Kamara's not given any time to really step into this throw. So there you go. Kamara comes off the edge on this particular play. Kills the running back. Yep, there you go. Rips his helmet off. There's the ball. All right, there's his helmet. Right. Yeah, he rips his helmet off and just disrupts this entire play. I'm going to show it to you again because I know you guys didn't see it. Okay, so Kamara is there at the top of the screen. You see him? All right. So he's on a running back or a tight end one-on-one. But you can see the route that was run. And the reason it wasn't open anyway. There was nothing open. It forced Jalen to have to hold the ball a little bit. But there wasn't going to be time anyway because we're going to watch again. Watch Kamara to the left, look for number 5. You see, he's just going to take his guy. That's his only move. That's his move, man. You can't block him though. He's strong as hell. He's Nigerian, I believe, but he's strong, man. Super strong. Yeah, super strong. But yeah, he explodes through there, just disrupts this play. But he kept disrupting plays this entire game. This dude, an undrafted guy, is disrupting the shit out of Oklahoma by himself. There wasn't another playmaker in this game that I can think of. I couldn't point him out. And when I watch this film in other games, it's just the same. There's nothing available there. You see that? So I wanted to look at this play again. I don't want to just talk through it. Hold on. All right, you see, let's see. You see Kamara here on the edge, right? You see how much space they allot to him. His responsibility is to drive Jalen, if he's blitzing anyway. If he's blitzing, is to drive Jalen Hurd away from Lamb, so away from this route, away from this side of the field. If he were playing zone or man, he would be covering this entire space in the flat and playing underneath Lamb. That's how they use them when they shift to the opposite side. That allows them to not only shift the line to the opposite side to get pressure everywhere else and stun a little bit more. It frees him up to do whatever the hell he wants, sort of like Troy Polamalu. But you can see how their secondary is shifted as well due to his alignment. So wherever he's lined up, it's really his side of the field. He owns it. Him in the corner. That's it. He doesn't need safety help. He is the eraser. Well, within 20 square yards on his side of the field, meaning he can cover all that ground. All right. Now, from the snap, you can see there's nothing available quick to Lamb or quick to the opposite side of the field. You can't throw anything quick left because that's where the defense is. Everybody's there. You have Kamara that's already converging, and then you have this safety who's playing man or playing flat zone. He's flashing down to the flat, but while he's doing that, he's inside Lamb. So Lamb is not getting a slant. He's not getting anything inside. So Jalen has to wait for him to clear. So he's going to flash down. Now he's cleared. Boom. But once he clears, look at this. This is like a combination timing defense or coverage that they use against Lamb all day. But once he clears, Lamb's gonna break that route off and run his post. But when he does that, there's a linebacker buzzing underneath that. See that? Boom. So Lamb's running from he has a guy following, number 13 follows, but he runs through a gauntlet of zones throughout each play. And it was very creative. But the only reason they had the ability to do this without, Jalen just killing them is because Kamara can cover so much ground underneath on his own. So you were able to dedicate that much time and attention to Lamb. Yeah. But here he comes. He's just going to come widen his stance out. You know, that's his favorite move. He's just going to explode into your frame and bench press you. That's what he does. But he does it every time. Every time. He's going to break off here. Yep. You see there. Boom. But that's what Hurd was able to do every time Kamara got out of hand. And you'll see him here again. And I'll show this play twice as well. Everyone's paying attention to Lamb, and Kamara is taking that time away from you. He choking up that running back right there, just yokes him like a little boy. And I like, yo, you want some of this too, old man? Nope. He ain't want no part. He could have blocked him, but he ain't want no parts. There wasn't nobody else to block, man. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but it wasn't nobody else to block. But you can see his pursuit angle. Like, he comes at you like a madman. Watch this play again. Let's watch it again. He come at you like a madman. So let me break down the play. You have Lamb at the bottom of the screen. He's running a drag route, and while they're waiting for him to open up or clear, Kamara is coming off the edge, crazy blitzing from the slot. I wouldn't say the cover. I didn't really pay attention to the coverage on this play because it really didn't matter, due to the fact that they tried to block Kamara with a running back, and that won't happen. Tight ends and running backs can't do anything with him. He's too strong. So yeah, he's just going to take that running back into the backfield. While he's doing that, see the there's nothing open underneath, and Oklahoma does this a lot. It's like a running gun offense. They don't really give Jalen many checkdowns at all. Everything's upfield, running gun. They're trying to get downfield quickly. They may have one guy sneak out of the backfield every once in a while, but they made him hold the ball or run with the ball, I think, a lot more because they didn't give him options short. But you can see Lamb dragging across the middle. There's nothing there for Lamb. You could have thrown it to him if you want to, about right here, but he would have got banged out by that linebacker right over the top of him. So anyway, Kamara is going to dismantle that running back, and then he's on Jalen's ass. Like, he's coming. When he's coming, like, look at him. He's like it's like a lion chasing you or a dog. He's just coming. He's coming. He's coming. All right, here's another look at another unique coverage that they ran against Lamb. He's inside out 360 almost every time. Like, when I mean by that is, you'll see from the release, so underneath, he's watched underneath, or you'll have a linebacker underneath him, either or. But he'll be engaged underneath and then over the top as well, and inside out. So that's why I call it 360 coverage. Over the top, underneath, and inside out. So he'll get bracketed inside out, and he'll have a guy playing underneath and over the top of him on a regular basis. This was happening all game, but it was only because, like, as I said, they had the personnel to do it. There he is, boom. So you see at the top of the screen, Lamb's release. As he released, you see he's bracket coverage inside out, and this corner is watching that back shoulder underneath. So there's nothing, even though that route's not calling for it, there's nothing quick underneath at all you can do with that. And then over the top, you see as a safety right over the top. So you can't even drop anything, and there's no space here. So you have to wait for Lamb to clear, and Hurd knows that. So he's going away from it. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see Kamara is rerouting. He's going to reroute this tight end. He does this all day. He knows when to hit within 5 yards, but he's going to reroute this tight end, and he's going to guard the running back as well, right? So, or I think this is a receiver coming in on the drag route, but he's going to reroute that tight end, and he's going to watch this, right? But the reason I bring that up, though, is like, it's just him over here underneath, right? This is him. This entire space underneath, he will control it. That's what he does. And his range is crazy because he can move pretty effectively. Boom. So he's going to throw that off. So if Hurd didn't have, if Jalen didn't have time, Hurts, I call him Hurd, my bad. If Hurts didn't have time that play, which he didn't, if he had gotten that pressure earlier, there would have been nowhere else for him to go with this ball. That tight end that he rerouted, that Kamara rerouted, ends up breaking open in the middle of the field a little later, right there. And you can see he's still in on that play, still out there. Like, he's a guy that's you can see in 1 second he's playing pseudo safety, Next second he's playing nickel. Next second he's playing down defensive end, with his hand down. Then he's playing outside linebacker, slash middle. Like he's all over the place. Even here, his pursuit angles are great. I just want to see him wrap up more. This was great that he was able to come down and crack this kid, right? But you got to wrap up, man. You got to wrap up. He gave up a big play there because he didn't wrap up. But he was able to chase it down from the side and actually make that hit. But you got to finish, and he'll do that. I think he'll learn. He'll get better at that. Same thing here. This is his go-to, man. You already know he's gonna widen out. He's gonna anchor in that right hand, and he's just coming. He's gonna come and he's gonna bulldoze you and take you right to the quarterback. That's what he did here. But they were conscious of it all game. They couldn't really get comfortable. Oklahoma couldn't, because they had to pay attention to where he was. You didn't have a lot of time. You had about 3 seconds to get rid of the ball because of the way he was playing. He always finds the ball. You can see he's on the opposite side of the field, and look how much ground he covers. He's always gonna be near the ball, even if he doesn't make the tackle. He is the eraser within 20 yards. He's that guy, sideline to sideline. He's everywhere. This is him at the bottom of the screen, covering a running back. You can see he's comfortable in space. This is him again. Let's see what we're doing here. Yep, once again playing in the hot that hot zone or underneath the zone. But I wanted to point this out. I will throw more film up of Kamara, because this game, it wasn't even one of his better games. This was like an average game for him. I think he played better against Texas, in my opinion. But this was a pretty good game, in my opinion, and this wasn't even his best game. And the fact that they were able to hold Lamb to such low yardage was just crazy to me. I respect everything Lamb does, so this wasn't like a knock on Lamb. It was actually just respect to Kamara, because he's an undrafted guy, and we got this guy. So for those of you who think that we didn't do well in the draft, I don't know how. Like, we won the draft for sure. When you have an undrafted rookie that plays like, I think he plays a lot like Jalen. I'm not lying. He's a sideline to sideline guy, same size, about an inch taller than Jalen. Sideline to sideline guy, dangerous, very vicious, mean, hits hard. He breaks routes. He can cover like a safety or like a corner. He can cover like Jalen. His knocks, if you had to put a knock out there, his knocks would be his agility, because he's so fast and big. It's hard for him to change directions. But his motor is there. I'm going to show you guys some more film while I talk, because I don't feel like getting off here. But I haven't cut this film up of him. So if you don't know where he is, neither do I. I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting it play while I talk. But his and then these will be in like clips later on. You'll see this in like a different video. It won't be a live video on this one. These will be like breakdowns of him, of Kamara. But when I look at him and I watch him on film, like I said, his only knock is change of direction. And it's not horrible, he's pretty good at it. But change of direction, and he doesn't have a lot of go-to moves when it comes to pass rushing. But he's not a pure pass rusher. He's a guy that I would say is an outside linebacker for sure. He plays like an outside linebacker slash safety, but he's too big to play safety. I think by the time he's well into his career, he's going to be pushing 260, because he's about 245 now, 6'3". But he's a wild man, strong as hell. And I think every bit as good, if not better, than Chatham, whatever his name is, Clavon Chatham. Reason I say that, he's asked to do a lot more than Chatham. He is the defense, and he was in a smaller school where he was asked to be the guy. So one thing we have in Dallas, it seems, with Bradley and I, with Kamara, with Lamb, with Reggie Robinson, even, we have guys who were asked to be that guy in their universe. They were the guy. Lamb was the guy on offense. He was the guy. You know what I mean? Kamara was the guy on the field, and he's an undrafted free agent that we have now, man. That's y'all not understanding how ridiculous this is. I don't know why you didn't draft this guy. Why he didn't get drafted, I don't know. But he's everywhere. He's everywhere, and he's a lot better than a lot of the players that I was looking at, that I wanted for this draft. Like, he's a great player. I think Law might have, shout out to Law Nation too. I think Law might have called this guy his dark horse. And I hadn't looked at him yet, so I didn't know who he was when he said that. But I agree with that wholeheartedly, man. He gets held here. So, he gives up the TD there because he gets held. But he's an aggressive, strong kid, man. Gets in passing lanes. You see there, he got underneath that route. He's just very disruptive. That's him to the left. He's real disruptive, man. When he's out there, he's smart. He's disruptive. He's long. He's fast, aggressive, strong, real long arms, thin frame, but doesn't give up on any plays at all, and doesn't get abused for a guy who's not, 500 pounds. Against guys that's 340, he's throwing them all day. What's up, Calvin Williamson? What's good? What's good? All right, I'm back in these. What's good, Twan? I appreciate it. And yeah, man, had a birthday Friday. I ain't tell everybody that, I guess. All right, hold on. Let me see. Yeah, let me see what y'all saying here. What's up, Brandon Cook? What's good, Pat? Pat was good. Calvin, thanks for the donation as well. What's good? Who we got? Added 81. Appreciate everything. Joseph Candelarella, what's his name? Sup G, voice good. Yeah, thank you. Good. Let me see. Jawan, what's up, man? How you been, man? I remember you. What's up, Charles? Green eye green. Oh wow, man. Nate, I've been missing too. I can't talk no shit. Darth was good. Good. Yes, and that's Joseph. That's what's up, man. Yeah, the pass rush got to Hurts this game, something crazy, and it was all Kamara, most of it. But you were right, that hybrid 4-3 that they were running, I think that's the reason, or a lot like the reason they got Kamara, and I think that's a lot like the way they're planning on using Jalen, where you're able to take advantage of his pass rush ability at all times or most of the time, but you're not asking him to abandon his coverage ability. That's the best way. The way they use Kamara is probably the best way to use an athlete like Jalen in a hybrid 4-3 or even a 3-4. That's how you use him. Move him around, use all of his athleticism, but at the same time, make sure he's close to the line of scrimmage where he can do his thing. Yeah, but this is an undrafted free agent, man. Undrafted. What's up, Pat? What's up, Pat? Yeah, make sure y'all smash that like button. I'm glad y'all liking it. Hold on. Yeah. People forgot about Kamara due to I think the Corona situation has changed the draft this year for the better for us, because I think that our scouts are already top notch, and when you gave them the advantage of what they already do, those guys and guys like Mike Mayock with the Raiders, when you give them the advantage of what they already are good at, which is just the eye test, I think we have pretty good scouts. Will McClay, I think that he's an excellent GM. I think that's his real job anyway. Even though that's not his role, football personnel guy, whatever you want to call him. But those guys, I think we already had a pretty good scouting staff, and because the other organizations who may not be built out as well in those areas had to sit home this year, I think we saw a lot of guys fall to places that they normally wouldn't. Bradley Anae is one, and it's a disservice that this kid did not get drafted. I don't know why Kamara did not get drafted. He better be a drug kingpin when I look him up, or a killer or something, because for him not to get drafted just because he only played 1 year doesn't matter. His eye test. I wasn't looking for no film on Kamara. I don't know who he is. I was watching Cee Dee Lamb. I was watching how they covered Cee Dee Lamb. I saw that Cee Dee Lamb only had 25 yards this game, so I wanted to do the good, the bad, and the ugly on Lamb, and I had to stop in the middle of that breakdown and start breaking down this, because the kid destroyed the whole film. He destroyed the entire film to the point where that video became his, because you can't watch the film without watching Kamara in that game. kind of disrupt everything. If you're watching Hurts and you want to see where he was going with the ball, going through his progressions, you'll always notice that either Kamara was chasing him away from his first read, or he was standing underneath the first read, taking it away from him, or he was just sacking him or chasing him around. So either way, it was just like he was taking over that game. And when I looked at the yardage from Lamb and I wanted to know what happened that took 20 yards away from you, and it just so happened to be him again, man. So, yeah, man. Oh, Kevin, you're gonna have to go back and you're gonna have to go back and watch this whole video again. What we were talking about and what we're looking at is this kid right here. I'm just talking now. I'm pretty much done the breakdown. I will break the rest of this footage down, but we were talking about this kid right here, man. Watch him. Number 5 here. His name is Azur Kamara. Azur Kamara. He steps out of range there. Let me see. Let me get back to that film we were just watching. I'm gonna show y'all some film. I'm gonna show you my favorite, some of my favorite plays from it. All right, this is him versus Texas, right? Let's just watch this. Fuck it. I ain't got nowhere to go. This is him versus Texas. So you see how they use him when he's playing in the slot or outside. Once a play converges, he'll slide inside. You know, he watches the outside and he plays outside it like he's supposed to. So he watches the release outside. Once he knows that quarterback's not releasing outside, he'll just slide to the middle of the field. He does this real comfortably, real cool. He doesn't get himself trapped or blocked on his way inside ever. He scrapes across the top and flows over the top every time, pretty comfortably. Yeah, pretty comfortably. And he's relentless when it comes to chasing you down. Like if you get away from him, stay away from him because he try anyway. He's gonna try to kill you, man. Here he's out here in space. You can see this. Now watch this. Well, this is crazy. Watch this. He's out here in space. He sees that this is an option route or a pitch route, right? So he's just gonna jump. He's just gonna change direction and jump right in the lane. Boom. Forcing the quarterback to hold the ball. He forced him to hold the ball on that one because of his athleticism. Widens out, boom. He's about to beeline. He's waiting for him to do it so he can pitch, and he just changes direction right then and there. Even though I said he doesn't have good change of direction, he shows something there. He shows something there. Boom. This is him, I think, against the run. Yeah. Reason I showed this though is because of this right here. This shows his relentlessness. He's gonna miss this running back on the first go around. He's gonna over pursue right here. Boom. Misses him. But watch him after he misses. Watch him. He misses. Finds him. Boom. You're going to drive him into the ground. You're going to body slam him a little later. He can hit, man. When he hits you, he hurts you. You can see that he hurts people when he hits them. This play here, I was just saying that. Like, this is how important he is to the defense. If he doesn't widen out here, you see how he widens out and goes outside? If he doesn't widen out there, he makes this play. He knows it. That's why he's pissed off at the end of it. He widens out for no reason because he thinks it's coming outside because it looks like an outside read. And then he takes himself out of the play. He knows he did. This is just how he plays the run, carrying men to the ball carrier. Just, you know, he's just a strong dude, man. Strong dude. This is me watching it live, so I haven't really gotten into. I saw this footage, but I haven't cut this footage, so I'm not really like privy to what's going on either. Like this is us all watching it live together, really, because I didn't want to get off the screen. I'm gonna just let y'all go ahead and rock with it. So sometimes you'll see me stop a play like this one right here if I like something. Check this out. He's at the top of the screen here. He's playing inside. This is what they were doing against Lamb too, and this is what he does. This is how he helps the secondary. This corner knows I have help inside short. Nobody's fucking with this guy in this space here. He is a beast there. The running back's on the opposite side of the quarterback, so unless he's not going to release left, but unless if he were to release left or if there were some sort of jet motion coming this way, then he would pick that up. Kamara, that is. But because there's none of that, he knows that he's playing inside the hip of this receiver here, and he does it pretty seamlessly, pretty well. But here's the problem. The quarterback doesn't know if he's coming off the edge or if he's playing inside. So that makes him extra anxious, and neither does this tackle, right? But look at the rest of the defense. They're all able to shift to the opposite side of the field due to the fact that he's over here. So he's literally the eraser whenever he's on any side of the field. This is a hybrid 4-3, 3-4 type of look. This is 3-4 here, but they run a hybrid 4-3 over in Kansas, which I think we'll be running here. But watch the coverage here. For a linebacker, we see Jalen do this all the time, so we kind of don't really give a shit about it. Jalen LV can cover very well not for linebackers. They just can cover very well, but so can he. If it's a tight end or a running back, Kamara got him. So does Joe Thomas. We have a lot of coverage linebackers, and he's another one. But they can't pass rush the way he can. Jalen can, but the rest of them can't. Watch this. He's just gonna. He just uses his strength, man. The guy doesn't stop his feet. He's just gonna bull rush this. A tight end cannot fuck with him, man. Watch this. Get him out of here, man. He's gonna take him to the running back, cancel the gap, knock him over, get the fuck up, and still make a sack. What? And y'all don't like this guy? Come on, man. This is your dark horse right here. I like Reggie Robinson, but Reggie Robinson's a corner, and I don't think he can make as much of an impact as Kamara. If Kamara gets on the field for whatever reason, he's going to be a special teams ace. He's going to be a pretty damn good linebacker for us for quite some time. This is him the very next play, okay? So this is what I'm showing you. This is how they use this guy. This is one play where he's lined up as an outside linebacker, just pass rushing. You don't know what he's doing. He's an outside linebacker here, pass rushing, right? I'm not taking these out of order because, like I said, I haven't cut this up very well yet. Not this segment anyway, because I was focused on the Cee Dee Lamb portion, right? So this is the sack that he made the play before. This is how much of a pain in the ass he is as a player. Like, this is him again, okay? Now you see him playing out sort of like as a nickel guy. He's underneath this guy again, and this is his job, right? They're playing inside-out bracket coverage on him. But if you ask a normal linebacker to do this, and he doesn't get a body on this release, and neither does the corner, he might not have the speed to stay inside him or to stay underneath or to trail him, especially if he hesitates. He's going to back up a little bit, but he's still going to hesitate. But because of his length and his speed, he can still stay underneath this route, where most linebackers probably couldn't. He's going to back up here just to give himself some space. He knows, okay, this is where I need to be. I can cut off that angle. And as he does it, he's going to open up here. Look at how comfortable and slow he is in that transition, though, because he knows he can accelerate to the ball like that. But that's the very next play. You have a guy that's a defensive end for real playing like that. Now I love Chase Young. I love him. Y'all think I don't like him. I love Chase Young. He's a good pass rusher. He's a good linebacker, right? He could probably do that. But Chase Young was considered the best player in the draft because of his athleticism and the ability to play that versatile, right? Why would this guy be so much different? Where it's like, and I don't mean he's anywhere. I'm not putting him in the league of that. I'm saying athletically and his ability to do so many things should have gotten him drafted. Not drafted in the first round, not drafted top 10, but it should have got him drafted somewhere. Like this is him the very next play after breaking this up, right? So after breaking this up, the very next play, right? And this is why I had to start breaking him down, because I respect this kid. The very next play, he's a defensive end, hand down. He doesn't get anywhere on this play, but I'm just showing you. You don't know where the fuck 5 is going to be, and he can play everywhere on the field. If you want him to play corner, he got the speed to do that too. If you want him to play safety, he can fucking play safety. Like, this kid could play anywhere on the field except for nose tackle and 3-tech. That's it. Look at this. And when he's chasing you from behind, it's like I said, it's like DeMarcus Lawrence is coming. DeMarcus Lawrence is relentless, and when he gets there, he hurts you. So does Kamara. Watch him. Let's watch him again. Boom. He coming. He will chase you down. His whole side of the field is his. He's contained on his side of the field. And when he gets there, he's a load. I wanted to show you guys this play for a reason. I didn't break it down, like I said, so you don't see where he is. So I'll point it out with my mouse. You guys can see my mouse. All right. So point him out with my mouse, right? He is the eraser on the opposite side of the field. Like, if you run away from him, you see how the defense actually shifted towards him. The offense notices that, but they only shifted towards him because this trips left, right? So they noticed that because they're trying to open up space out here. Now he's not going to make this play, but look at the angle that he takes to the ball. Watch this. He widens out, and he's still, if this guy doesn't get tackled right there, he makes that play. He makes that play. But this is stuff that you don't see because he's not going to get a stat for he ran really fast across the screen. You know what I mean? You ain't going to get a stat for that. But this is the type of stuff he does. Check this out. And he's official against the run. So he does this little shuffle. Sean Lee does this all the time. So does Joe Thomas. They do this little shuffle. I call it skiing. They kind of ski to the gap and find it. They don't try to. You don't see them letting blockers even bother them. They kind of just float away from them and just stay away from them. They float and carry their blocker to the gap before they allow them to engage. Jalen sometimes engages right here, right there. See right there. As soon as he sees a guy step out to him, now you can set the edge there. You will still be doing your job, meaning he would still be doing his job if he set the edge here and forced the ball inside. But why do that when you can just stay free, stay clean? You can still do your job and threaten the outside, which he does. So the running back knows I can't come out here because he got me, but stay clean. He's going to stay clean. He's just going to kind of glide over here. Now, Jalen and LV does this. When a blocker releases and comes towards him, they act as if a blocker doesn't know where you're going. He doesn't know what's happening behind him. He knows what his assignment is, but he's going to follow his man or his assignment, or he's going to just go upfield and try to find a body. It depends on what their scheme is as far as their blocking scheme. It might be zone blocking, or they might have an actual plan on each particular play. But it depends on who the coach is, right? But you don't have to engage him just because he's coming towards you. He doesn't know what's going on behind him, and he doesn't want to hold you either. So they're going to follow you where you're going. And what he does is him and Joe Thomas, Sean Lee, they do a good job of staying patient while the play is developing. Because while it's developing, he's just sliding over the top. And by the time that blocker engages with him, he's already at the ball carrier because he doesn't overplay it, over pursue. He doesn't go crazy when it's time for that action. He's calm and assessing what's going on. He's not just a wild man using his athleticism, is basically what I'm saying. You can't ask a man to play this many positions on your defense and him not be a smart guy, because he needs to know what he's doing and know who he's helping, where he's helping, so on. If he was just an athlete, he would just be a defensive end. If he was just an athlete, he would just be a linebacker, because he wouldn't be smart enough to move him around this much. So this is a testament to how smart this kid really is, how many times you see him move around. And this is the guy, just to add to a list of guys that we have that are all kind of versatile like that. That's just him just ripping through, getting himself a sack, or half a sack right there. This is what he does, though, man. You see what play I'm on. Oh, I was here already. Hold on. Let's watch it again. Gets his hands out there. But that's what he just blunt force trauma when it comes to pass rushing moves. He doesn't have enough range in that department. But I really don't care much about that because he does so many other things well. And he's such a hustle guy. This kid is a kid that you can see it on film already, right? Watch this play. I'm going to show you where he is. So he's out here in the slot again, right here, right? So he's underneath this route. If there was a hot route here, something quick, he's here for that, right? If you're running out to the edge, you're going to see him. He's going to play Sam, sort of. He knows he's Sam here. If they're pulling, he knows he has to get here to cut this off. Otherwise, it's over. If he stays out here and he lets this guard turn the corner, he's going to get sealed in here, and it's off to the races, right? So he sees that. He's going to flash down and do what he's supposed to do here. But watch what he does after, because he's going to turn this back inside. The running back's going to get a big play. But watch this entire play. Watch him on this play. He doesn't even make a play, but he's only God knows. You make a highlight reel without making a play because he stands off the screen. Boop. So he hits that lineman there and freezes him, right? And once he does that, he disengages and he looks inside to find the ball. He finds the ball. He's here, okay? He's here. He hasn't even started running yet. The running back is all the way up here, right? Watch how much ground this fucking guy covers. Watch this. Boom. Shot out of a fucking cannon. He would have caught him. He would have caught him. He would have caught him. Linebackers don't do that, bruh. I don't know where y'all from. Linebackers don't do that, bruh. His name is Azur Kamara. He is he's an undrafted free agent, man. He is listed as a linebacker, Tanner Smith. Yeah, he's a whole linebacker, bro. A defensive end edge rusher. They got him listed as an edge rusher. He's not an edge rusher. He can do it, but he's far more than that, man. Yeah. I'm looking at you guys' comments now, so you're gonna see that on the screen. I don't think Coop is unhealthy, Billy. I think Coop is just finicky. He's just one of those guys, who need to take a break here and there. Yeah, Gallup might make a big leap. Yeah, how the hell does this kid not get drafted? I don't know. Iceberg Q, what's good? What's up, Kevin? This is my new DeQuan Osborne. Yo, the fact that you remember DeQuan Osborne mean you've been watching me for a minute, man. Yo, listen. I'm gonna hype him up though, man. Cause you know how I am. I don't give a fuck if people don't like what I like. I'd say what I feel. Cause this is the truth. I don't like this kid either. I don't know who he is. Ain't like he my brother. I'm watching the film. In the film, when y'all watch this film, like this is what I did, right? I started watching this film in that CD game, and then it took me to him. That's how. I mean, it wasn't like it's my fault. You know what I mean? It took me to him. I had no choice, man. He should have been drafted at least in the third round. Like, if you'd have told me, all right, this is what I'm gonna ask you guys, right? Now, I like everybody we drafted. Everybody. Everybody. But if you'd have saw him in the place of Tyler Badass, would you be like, why? Why would you do that and not get Badass? No, you'd be like, we got a great player. If you'd have saw him in a place in the second round and you'd have said, okay, we didn't get Trayvon Diggs, but we got this guy here. Are you pissed off? I'm not. If you just say, hey, we don't get Reggie Robinson in the fourth round, but we got this guy here, I wouldn't have been mad at that either. Hey, I like Neville Gallimore too. I like him a lot. I do. But we already have big guys. We have bodies in there. So if we would have got this guy, but we have Dontari Poe Woods and McCoy and Tyrone Crawford coming back and Tristan Hill, which is young, who's young. You know what I'm saying? So if you would have got this guy instead of Neville Gallimore, are you mad? No, I ain't mad. See what I'm saying? I ain't mad. Oh, we got the linebacker coach from Minnesota. That is interesting because I think if you have him and Jalen playing outside linebacker, Jalen on one side, him on the other side, the only thing you're worried about is like somebody who, like Joe Thomas or LV who can get some depth in the middle of the field, even though LV is not a true middle linebacker. If you have a guy like this on the other side of the field who can erase, like look at this play again. Just look at this play one more time. Boom. Look at this play. He was stutter stepping, and then he just took the fuck off. And he don't get tired. He gonna be in the next play. He don't get tired. He just ran all the way up the field. It's just fun for him. Check this out. He's 6'3", 250 pounds. Like running like that. Like, he run like a deer. It's crazy. They didn't even make his combine official. I don't know what's going on, but this kid should have been drafted. Check it out. He coming to get you, man. It's like every play. If he don't make the play, he's the reason you ran away. Like, look, if he don't make the play, you not going his way though. Don't fuck with him. He coming to get you. When it comes to the run, he coming to get you. He's a smart kid. See how he floats there? He does this all the time. That's why I know the last time I showed it, it looked kind of boring because it's like, oh, why the hell are you showing him flowing over the top? It's because he never gets trapped out here. He doesn't let anybody seal him out there. He seals the edge with just his presence. He widens out because he knows this guard and this tackle can't come out here. If they try to come out here, these guys, they're gonna break the integrity of this scheme up, and this middle linebacker is gonna have a field day running downhill, right? So they can't widen out and come out here. So his presence alone sets the edge here. You're not running out there because you know when you even look, when you just do this read as a running back, you know that you're not getting anything out there. So you're already he knows you're gonna break it inside. He waits for the ball to be released. He checks the quarterback out. If the quarterback does not have that ball, he just flows over to the middle of the field every time, makes a play, right? Here he is doing it. Boop, flows over to the middle of the field, makes the play. He does that every time he plays outside linebacker. Every time. When he's playing defensive end, you see what he just did there on that stunt. When he's playing defensive end, he's just straight out disruptive. This is him here playing D end or stand up D end outside linebacker. This would be like our nickel or our dollar package if he was playing in a situational third down pass rusher type role. That's just a basic, stunt. Didn't do anything special there, but you see he rushed the quarterbacks. He rushed the quarterback. But he would be a good player if he was just this guy. I mean, if he was just this guy who had a few pass rush moves, just played here the entire time, and was as relentless as he is, I would still like him. I wouldn't like him as much as I like him now, but I would still like him. If he was just this guy who pursues with all of his heart, chases you down, he'll chase you down no matter what. If he was that guy, I would like him just for his hustle, but he does all these other things, and you can't ignore him. You can't ignore him. Look at this. All right, so check it. This linebacker's in coverage, yeah. But look how you don't get big plays against Kansas. You have to work your way up the field with a bend but don't break style. And that's because they allow their guys to play over the top and like that stack coverage look. And that's because he's always underneath sideline to sideline. And if you want to see what I mean by sideline to sideline, for those of you who think that's just a cliche term, look at him here. Boom. He stopped underneath this route. He knows he's not even looking at this guy. He knows that this drag route is coming. So he's going to stop to try. He thinks that that's coming. Look, he stops to try to get underneath that, and then he just takes off after the quarterback. If he's there to erase that if you miss. So he allows his team to do a lot more than most because of his presence. There he is sliding over the middle again. He makes this look easy. He does not get trapped outside. He sets the edge and then slides into the middle of the field and makes the play where he's not. That's not his job. His job was just to set the edge. His job is to set the edge here and make sure anything that's coming outside doesn't break contain. He does that with just his feet, and then he comes over and makes the play. There he is in space. He's gonna get juked out his shoes there. Yeah, juked out his shoes. But even when he gets juked out of shoes, he's gonna catch you. But here he is in space though. He doesn't know what to do in this play. When he gets beat, yeah, everybody get beat sometimes. But look at this, he's gonna get juked out of shoes by a white dude. No offense. But then he's gonna chase it down and toss him though. Let's watch that again. Whoop. Got him. But he coming the whole time though. He's still gonna get you. He's still gonna get you. That's him versus the run. Look at this kid. He's patient. He can be patient because he's that explosive. Right here, look at this stutter. Right there, he's just stuttering for the quarterback. He doesn't know who has the ball yet. He comes down because he knows. He's like, listen, if you stupid enough to think that because I came down the line a little bit and I didn't widen out, if this quarterback is dumb enough to think that he can break contain and get here because because he stepped inside, he wants him to do that because he'll kill him. He waits for him to do it because he knows he can't. He knows he can get that back to that angle. He can get back to it. So he waits for it. And while he's waiting for it, the running back gets that ball, boom, and he just takes off on him. He forced the quarterback to give that running back the ball, even though that wasn't the proper read. He took the running back read away from him. The quarterback was supposed to keep it, but he was daring him to do it. He was supposed to keep that ball. But if he would have done it, he would have got his head taken off. He didn't want to keep it. He gave that shit away because he's like, man, fuck that. He's supposed to keep that ball. Look at this. This kid is coming. Now, that's not a sack. He only got 3.5 sacks. But you tell me he's a 3.5 sack pressure guy. Tell me that. He's not. He got 3.5 sacks, but look at how, you can't count this on a stat sheet. So you don't really know what he does until you start watching the film. You don't really know how disruptive he is. But when you watch, if you ask Cee Dee Lamb who was the biggest pain in the ass, or Jalen Hurts, or even Texas, who's your biggest pain in the ass in this game, I guarantee you everybody gonna say 5. Like if it's one guy you got to stop, it's 5. Look at him. Sacks, pressure. That's another one. He didn't get a sack there either, right? But that play, both of these plays were disrupted. A sack is, listen, you get a tackle for loss on a quarterback. That's it. That's a sack. Or a tackle for no gain, right? And a loss of down. So to me, this is just as good as a sack to me. You didn't lose the yardage, but there's nothing, he can't get shit done on this play. This is just as good as a sack to me. Not a hurry where you still complete the ball, but a hurry where you can't really think, and your defense or your offense is just thrown out of whack, and you can't deliver a good ball. Those were two effective plays that will not go in his stat sheet, really. They'll go on as some QB pressure type shit, but that's it. Same thing there. It forces him to step up. Like, he is disruptive. Look at that. You don't have time to really throw a deep ball. You don't have time to get into your offense because he's coming. One way or the other, he's coming. And you're scared of him coming too. Here he is on the opposite side. He's coming over and over again. This is how disruptive is this one game. I showed you the Kansas game. This is one game. This is one game. I showed you the Oklahoma game. I mean, this is one game. We've already seen like 6-7 plays he'd have made in one game. Forcing overthrows and he just disrupted. Like, he's in 11's head. Like, he owns real estate. He doesn't even get there, but this dude can't. He just was disrupted the entire game. He wasn't comfortable because he knows he's coming. He knows he's coming. Look at this. He gets that one off clean, but he's scared as fuck, man. That's the end of Texas. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna end it there because I don't want to show the footage for this next game because I haven't cut up any of this, but I just wanted to talk a little bit more, and I didn't want y'all just staring at a blank screen. So I said, fuck it. What's up, Mike's Meticulous Podcast? What's good with you, man? George Edwards is the new coach, I think he said. What's up, Andre? What's up, Def Promise? Yeah, you said Joe Thomas might be the best linebacker you got. Yeah, I agree with you there, but he don't get to play. You said him versus Luke Gifford, who I got. I like Luke Gifford as a middle linebacker and in coverage. I like him as a player. I'll take him over Luke Gifford because you can put him anywhere you want. Luke, you have to put him at linebacker. Him, you could find a way to get him on the field right now. You could put him on the field as a defensive end and let him develop into a linebacker. You could put him on the field as a linebacker to spell Jalen. You could put him on as a linebacker to spell. He could spell any linebacker position, whether we pay 3-4, 4-3. He can spell any linebacker. He could play middle linebacker very easily. I like him better on the outside because of his pass rushing ability, though. He said, "Hell no." Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna find out why he didn't get drafted, though. I'm gonna find out. What's up, Ganja man? Ganja man, Ganja man. I'm Ganja man too, bro. I feel you. I like the Ganja. Uh, Mystical one. What's good? Google Global Truth Project. Man, Google Fall Cabal. That's what you need to Google. Or Google Outer Shadows. Google that. How about that? Watch those. Then talk to me. That's right. That's right. What's up, Pat? All right, man. Listen, who y'all want next? I'm working on everybody we drafted. All that shit is queued up. I haven't been sitting down. It was my birthday Friday, and then it's my girl's birthday on the 22nd. And we trying to do normal shit, like trying to have some sort of normal life a little bit, even though nothing's normal. So I wasn't really making videos last week. I've been working on this one for like a week though. I just didn't want to put it out. I didn't know how I wanted to do it. If I wanted to do it as a breakdown or a live, but I like these lives. Do y'all like these lives? Like, is this better than the regular breakdown? Because this is how I imagine it anyway. And you tell me if I'm tripping, because I might be. If you feel something like if there was a question that you had about Kamara, the reason I like doing them live is because I feel like, you see how you guys are talking in the chat, you guys are saying what you feel. If I disagreed or agreed with something, I can always go right back to the film and show you what I mean. See what I'm saying? Or re-show you a play. So I feel like this is a lot more free for me. But if you guys like it anyway, I'll keep doing it. If you guys like it, I'll keep doing it this way. I wanted to see a couple more plays from him. I didn't watch too much of the Baylor game. Watch this shit right here. I just saw it. He's gonna come all the way around and chase this dude up the field. Watch this. Oh, I thought he chased him up the field. Oh, he is. He is. He's still going for it. Even there, watch this. Even on this play, he did his job. His job was just a pass rush on this play. He would have chased this down. This is like Tank Lawrence does this all the time. Like had he not gotten tackled, he would have chased him down. But Tank does that all the time. I like that about guys. I like to see guys hustle that much when it comes to, um, making a play. That shows that they really care about the team and care about football. Um, I mean, they love football. I love to hit, so I'm not hitting because I get a check. I don't box because I get a check. I don't get paid to train fighters. Like I like people who love what they do. If you like to hit, I like to tackle. So if I like to hit, I will go out there and tackle just because it's fucking Thanksgiving on Turkey Bowl. You know what I mean? I just want to hit, even if I hurt myself. I don't care. Like that's what I'm saying. So he's one of those guys that'll put his life on the line because he loves what he's doing. I was just showing you guys how if you actually run at him. So if you don't run at him, he'll just flow over the top. If you're stupid enough to run at him, this is what happens. Boom, he gets nowhere. There's nothing gonna happen. Even though he got the worst of that collision, but you're not getting anywhere. He's out here. Look at him. He's out here playing like bracket coverage, safety again. Boom, in space, but still effective against the run. I don't know. Done talking about him, man. But yeah, let me know who you guys want next. Out of the rookies, because most of their footage is queued up. I got footage for days. Oh, is there any film of Cheeto as a safety in college? Hmm. I don't have any. Hold on. You would take Cheeto over DW? Who's DW? The, who's DW? Damian Wilson? Yeah, I'll take Cheeto over DW. Yeah, other teams can steal players if you put them on waivers. So if this kid doesn't make the 53-man roster and we try to put him on the practice squad, somebody's going to take him. I would never put him on the practice squad. I would keep him on my roster because he's not going to be there. Since you're asking about Cheeto, Cheeto at safety, everybody talk about that. Ah, man. Let's see. All right, I'm reading up. You said who is number 5? Oh, you weren't watching this ganja man. His name is Azur Kamara. Azur Kamara. He's the dark horse of this draft, in my opinion. Yeah, Donovan Wilson. That's what I meant. Um, yo, yo, shout out to YSM Sports Media. That's my man Mil Maddock, man. When you guys see me do anything boxing related, especially when it's media related, it's related to him, man. Appreciate the donation to support the whole situation. Um, check it, man. I'm actually gonna start putting some boxing shit out soon, though. I gotta get with you too, Mel. I've been running around like crazy this month. You already know if you know because you know me, but it was a funeral and then birthdays and all that. So I'll get with you, man. I'll get with you. But I see you talking shit. You see how I ignored that real smooth, like right? That was smooth. I was gonna just ignore the fact that you said Cee Dee Lamb is overrated. And that's because you mad y'all got what Rhaegar? What's his name? Reagan, Rhaegar, Rhaegar. Yeah, y'all got some more trash to go with your trash, pigeon ass, nut ass team, man. But I don't like talking like that when I'm online because you're making me act like an uncouth heathen here. But don't talk shit about my Cowboys, bruh. Please, not on this line. Don't do it. I don't want because you forcing me to talk shit back to you. I don't want to talk no shit, man. I don't want to talk no shit right now because Lord Brunson ain't here. You know what I'm saying? He y'all resident shit talker. Y'all go y'all go to the shit that he y'all king shit talker and he don't even know how to talk shit. You know what I'm saying? He says things that he's stuck in time, but he tell you that Cowboy fans should never be stuck in time. We need to get off the fact that we got 5 rings because we were young when we got the 5 rings. But all he talk about is time, the time that they've dominated in recent time, the division when Donovan McNabb was playing and He's Thanos now. Don't Thanos got all the rings? I thought Thanos had all of them, Joe. I think y'all got one. Y'all got one. So you're not Thanos. You like who had one ring? That was that dude. Gaylord, Star-Lord. It's Star-Lord, not Gaylord. My bad. But Star-Lord. That's what he should call himself. Not Lord Brunson. Star-Lord. Yeah, he had one stone. He had the Power Stone. That's it. Y'all got one ring. I'm happy for you. All right. It's cool. It's cool. Anyway, I'm done talking shit. He said, pay your quarterback. Nigga, excuse me, French. That's why y'all can't get nowhere now, man. Y'all done paid y'all quarterback too much fucking money. Dak want that money. You want to get paid like number one, man. I'm not here to tell you can't or you can. You could get whatever you deserve. But now he got the perfect storm set up for him to get what he's asking for. Exactly. Nobody cares about Ronald Reagan. Old ass. Old slow ass. He said, don't put Lord in front of that. I just call him Brunson. Your mama call you Brunson. I'm gonna call you Brunson. Yeah, fact. Yeah. Get your quarterback some health care. Yo, I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and turn him up. Mill, you done started it, so I'm gonna let them rip you in the new one, bro. While I tee up something else. I'm gonna because y'all asking about Cheeto. I don't know why y'all don't know that I got Cheeto footage out there, but maybe I got something for you to fuck with over here. Let me see what I got that I'm working on. Let me see what we got that you guys haven't seen. Do I have some Cheeto shit? I do have a Cheeto video. I just don't know which one it is because I don't have it labeled. D-Law. Running Wolves. Oh, there goes some Cheeto shit right here. Boom. All right, I'm gonna turn the sound off on this one. All right. So yeah, this should be good. I call this "Let Cheeto Roam." I think some of you guys saw this. Some of you guys didn't. But for those of you who didn't see it, I'll talk. You know, I'm not gonna do a whole breakdown on Cheeto, but for those who wanted to see his footage as a safety, his ability as a safety, I'm gonna just let this play. But for those who wanted to see that or see his ability at safety, he already is a safety. Watch how he's used. That's Charles Woodson there. Like I was just showing how Cheeto plays in the nickel position. But watch how he's used here with the Cowboys and watch how far off the ball he always was under Rashard. This is like the first play you'll see his responsibilities. Like he is like a box safety here or a strong safety here. That's what he's playing. Like he's controlling that side of the field. He's the last line of defense over there. And they're asking him if the run is routed to him, they're asking him to be there to be stout against the run. He couldn't play the way he's playing in this scheme unless he was able to shed blocks, slide in between blocks, read great angles, jump into pursuit angles, and make solid tackles. He can hit, like Cheeto can hit. Look at the ground he covers, but he can hit. But he's a very good wrap tackler. He's a better wrap tackler. And don't get me wrong, Jalen hits harder than Cheeto. Cheeto is probably one of the better tacklers on the team, though. Rap tackler. Like Cheeto gets his hands on you, go take you down. He's gonna take you down, period. And he can bang a little bit like that. Yeah, guy felt that. Cheeto's at the top of the screen here. Here he's playing man. So he has man ability. And because he has man ability, I think if we were able to move him to nickel or safety, that gives him an advantage. Is he a great man coverage corner? No, he's good enough to be able to cover a tight end. Hell yeah. Good enough to cover your second or third guy. Hell yeah. First guy he can cover too, but I wouldn't put him out there. He's not a shutdown corner. He's an opportunistic playmaking corner / safety who wants to keep his eyes on the quarterback. When you see how he gets lost because when he's playing man, he's so focused on his man. A lot of corners have this problem. At the bottom of the screen, you see him. He's so focused on his man that he doesn't have time to turn and look for the ball, and they'll kill him with back shoulders all day because of that. There he is doing it again at the top of the screen. Same thing. Cheeto, he gets his head turned there, but Cheeto is a corner, but he's not. This is not his comfort zone. These are like this is like saying that Azur Kamara that we were just watching. This is like trying to put him at safety. Can he play safety? That dude, yeah, but his comfort zone is just the way you just saw him. Let him do what he wants to do and let him do his thing. And Cheeto's the same way. His comfort zone is if you put him, Jalen, and Kamara on the field together in the middle of the field and they're not playing man coverage. If they're playing man coverage, their man is done. But if on running back, tight end, whatever. But if they're not playing man coverage and they're just free to play zone, read, and react, you got 3 sideline to sideline, explosive, instinctive players on the field at one time. And then you got a guy like LV if he can get back on the field. If he can get back on the field. And hopefully he's doing all right. Hopefully he's doing all right. But yeah, for those of you who think Cheeto's a corner, I mean, he can play corner. He can play corner. But he's used like a safety here. You can see it. Like he plays deep zone and he sits and he watches the quarterback and reads and assesses what's going on in front of him. He just does it on a third of the field or a third of the field, not even half. He does it on a third of the field instead of all over. But you can see how he reads. This is him reading everything and kind of assessing where he needs to be. He plays like a safety already. So for those to say, oh, is he a safety? Like he plays like a safety already. Like that's how he's playing. I'm not making this shit up. Like this is how they use him. So if you're gonna have him there, look at where he is pre-snap. If you're gonna have him there, just move him to the middle of the field. Call him a fucking safety. You got him 15 yards off the ball on a regular basis. That's how. Well, we don't use him like this anymore because you already know Rashard's not here to fuck things up. But this is how they were using him, though. You know. So can he play press man? Yeah. Can he play some nickel? Yeah. Can he play pretty good man coverage? Yeah. So can Anthony Brown? Yeah. But he's just as good in man as Anthony Brown is. They don't turn their head, but they're always right there. Both of them. So put Anthony Brown in it, man, and let Cheeto cut him loose and let him run around and do his thing. Or put one of these rookies at corner and let him do his thing. Like, I don't want to see Cheeto out there no more. I don't want to see him out there no more. I'm not saying he's bad. I like Cheeto. That's why I don't want to see him out there no more. I think Cheeto moved to nickel or move closer to the ball or move closer to a place where he's able to be his disruptive self. You're going to see a different Cheeto. You're going to see a different Cheeto. You're going to see a lot of plays made, a lot of balls being knocked down. And you're going to see a lot of tight ends and running backs being smothered if you have Kamara, Jalen, Cheeto, guys with that level of athleticism. We got Joe Thomas. You got Gifford, who can cover pretty well. He broke his wrist, but he can cover. You got LVE, who can cover pretty well. You got a lot of guys that can erase tight ends and running backs. So if our corners need that level of depth and help back there, having guys near the line of scrimmage that are that versatile will help Lewis, will help young guys like Reggie, will help guys like Trayvon and so on, and help those guys. So I'm all about it. I think Cheeto should be moved to safety now. I know Trayvon Diggs is not a safety. I know he's not a safety. I don't even have to ask. I'll show you guys what I mean by that when we watch the LSU game. But he's not a safety. No, he's not at all. Anyway, let's get back to it. I think I'm done now. He said, Okoye said, prove it with the film. Definitely, man. Well, definitely. Oh, he's fully healthy? I don't know. You can't be fully healthy from a neck until I see you hit something. So I can't call him. You could say you're healthy. You could say his neck don't hurt while he sits still, which is great. But when a 400-pound man hits you in the face, that might change. So we don't know if he's fully healthy until he gets hit. He's fully healthy as far as, no contact. He's not fully healthy until he gets hit in the face. Oh, man. I'm reading y'all fucking comments. He said Witzel the same hoe playing as Sean Lee. Oh, man. Oh man. He said he need life alert. Y'all funny as hell, man. Yeah, haha starting at safety, at free safety though. We got two safety spots. We need a strong and a free. So haha starting at free. Um, I think he's gonna be like our single high coverage guy. But I don't like high either, man. Yep. You say you see Diggs and Reggie 1 and 2. Yeah. I think Diggs and Reggie is 1 and 2, and then you're gonna have like Jordan Lewis playing that Chris Harris type position. Like sometimes he's gonna be out there as the two. Most of the times he's gonna be out there in the nickel. Um, when he's not out there in the nickel, he'll probably be out there as the two. Um, yeah, I believe so. Yep. But I'm out of here, man. I woke up early, couldn't get back to sleep, couldn't take a nap, so I finished this film out, and I just wanted to put it out. But working on more shit. Tell me what you guys want me to work on in the comments. For those of you still on here, it's 55 of y'all on here. I know all 50 of y'all, all y'all wasn't on here the whole time, so I know it should be more likes up there. Hit that like button, man. I don't like to beg. You know what I mean? Y'all know what it is. Hit it. But I'm out of here. Out of here. Woods ain't no strong safety. Woods should be moved back to corner. He should be a nickel blitz corner. He's not a safety. Woods can hit like a safety. He's a corner who can hit like a safety. Yeah, he's not. He's not a safety. Woods is a corner. Yeah, Woods is a safety right now, like technically, Mill. But I mean, he's not a safety when you watch him. When you watch him, he doesn't tackle very well. I don't like how Woods tackles. Woods can hit. It's a difference between hitting and tackling. He's a hit stick guy. He'll knock your head off if you don't see him coming. But when you just run right at him, you can run right at Woods and he ain't gonna make that tackle necessarily. You run right at Cheeto, your ass going to the ground. So I like Cheeto over Woods any day as safety. Just me. And he's better in coverage. Yeah, yeah. All right, though. Peace, people.